Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. So if you haven't been paying attention, a couple days ago, individual servers started to get messages saying they were getting a merge, but there was no Evony-wide message. And finally the message came yesterday, about 24 hours ago, that all these servers were getting merges. Look at this. This is crazy. It's a lot. So they tell you what happens, but they don't tell you all the, I could speed it up for you. They don't tell you all the real stuff that you really care about, the important stuff. So this is a lot. Not many outside of C4 and newer, right? Like if you look at this, look at all the new servers. That's honestly so good. So many people haven't had a merge. It's so good to see them finally get one because it's awesome. It invigorates your server. Like it's like starting over again, right? It's like, wow, I get to go through the first few months again. The excitement only lasts honestly 3 days. And then it's like, oh, well, it's kind of just like it was. So what isn't like what it was? So first off, let's look at when this will take place. Does it say? I don't see a date on when this will actually happen. So unless I'm missing something, I guess they sent that in your private individual stuff because I'm not seeing a date. But it'll probably happen, I guess, really soon, within either 8 hours or 32 hours, 24 hours after that. So the most important thing you need to know is right here. You're about to get screwed if you don't have a built-in, if you're not an honorary archduke or regent or whatever it is that you have with your subs. What you should do is probably find out what the other servers' rankings are like, their points for ranking, because what's going to happen is lots of people are going to get bumped down. My first server merge, I was right here. I was 11. I was working so hard. I was every day doing prestige, saving up my tributes to use once a month, change over the monarch, and change over to Arabia culture, do all that stuff, really bump up. I got to 11th, and then out of nowhere, boom, you're getting merged with a 5-year-old server, and we were 1.5-year-old. And I moved from there all the way. I remember exactly where I went, right here, 149. And what that meant for me was my subs. So at the time I was 8 out of 8, and it went to 8 out of 6. And what that means I was overloaded by 2 subs, and if I wanted to change them, I would lose a sub. I actually lost a sub. So I at the time I was a loser, and I had gold China, a purple Korea, a blue Japan, a blue Russia, a purple something else, and I just liked the colors. I liked all the fancy stuff, so I didn't want to drop them to PvP myself up. So then when I finally went on the new server, I found someone who would trade with me, and I ended up getting 6 blue and purple PvP subs, and I dropped down to 6. I only dropped down for a couple months because I didn't make this trade until 3 months into it, and then I was already climbing back up. I was already in 30th or 25th, and I was ready to get back up and get back to 8 subs, so it wasn't too big of a loss, and when I had an opportunity, I took it. Anyways, what else is going to happen? So the morning you log in, you're going to be somewhere over here on the map, and there's going to be no hives, and you're going to have to go set it. So hopefully you guys talked with the other server, reached out, said, hey, where are you going to put your hives? Otherwise it's a race, and everyone trying to put them around here, right? We all know the good spots. So yeah, so hopefully talk with them. Also, keep this in mind. I know someone who's going through a merge, and they said, the peel don't look very good. And I said, well, your server ain't getting another one anytime soon. So make the best of it. Your server ain't making any new people, right? This is your option now to get a new team, to grow and be a united server. So talk with them, ask questions what time do you guys play Battlefield? What language are most of your players? and then get information about how good their keeps are. You can get there can be good players who are smaller keeps, smaller power level. Not everyone has to be a big power level. Now, one other thing that you should look at is, so you could look at this alliance on my server, just an example, nothing about them at all. But they're at 128 out of 130. I remember when we merged, one of the biggest mistakes we made, we were this second alliance on our server. And one of the biggest mistakes we made was we didn't reach out to, like, this server we merged with had 3 humongous alliances. And then, like, their 5th and 6th alliances were bigger than us. And, like, we didn't reach out to these people because we thought, like, they are so big and they're at 130 out of 130. They don't have room for us. We got like 40 people. But one thing we didn't know at the time was, like 90 of those are alts. So like about 2-3 months in, we finally started messaging the other ones when we figured out the ones we did merge with were trash. We started messaging the other ones. They're like, yeah, like we only got like 20 humans. You should have messaged us a long time ago. But I guess it goes to show you they should have been messaging people as well, right? Like it's not just on us. And then that merge, So yeah, they all have different outcomes, but it comes down to what type of activity level people have. So that's pretty much what's going to happen. I would bubble, right? You don't know the people. If they are nap and you're nap, can you believe that? They might have a rogue you don't know about. They might have someone who's just been sitting for a long time waiting for a fun day. So always bubble. You should bubble. You don't know people. Feel them out. That sort of stuff. Figure out battlefield time. One other thing so they kind of eliminated this, but top 10 used to be the cutoff for Battlefield. You could not play Battlefield if your alliance was not top 10. So when we merged, people had to merge because they couldn't play Battlefield anymore. Like we had like a 15 alliance server. So that was a push factor for people to merge. Now it's top 20 on server get Battlefield, and it's pretty hard to not be top 20 now. So that's pretty much it. What will actually happen during your merge. Just get online, plant your stuff down, and go about your day, rallying monsters. Be respectful, make sure that you're far away from other hives, especially now, right? Like, especially now, you kind of want to be 300 kilometers away from any other alliance because you're summoning monsters. So in some ways, Evony makes it easier to stay out of everyone's business and just go about it on your own. And in some ways, they make it more difficult because you actually have to factor in the distance between each other on the map, or you're going to be summoning the same ones, you're going to be chasing them, you're going to be accusing each other of stealing them, even though no one did anything wrong. It's just you weren't far enough away from the other keep. So that's my advice for all the alliances that are merging. Have fun with it. It will bring new life to your server, and make the most of it. Try and make one giant alliance and have a really good Battlefield time and a lot of fun. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.